Hello! Hi! And welcome back to our blind read-through of Flowers! The springtime volume. The last episode was a doozy. We did some club shopping, but oh boy, that back half did start getting a little heavy. We are starting to dig into our main character, Suoh, finally. We're understanding now that there's definitely some trauma with her stepmother and the piano. And I believe that my prediction here is that I do believe there's some stage mom stuff going on, and it wouldn't shock me. It's a pretty common theme. In a lot of the media that I've consumed, it turns out. So always down for a good stage mom trauma story. So with that said, we'll jump right back into things. Hopefully our girls had some time to get her head together, and we'll get her back on the right track. She's got the friends that are gonna help get her through this. Hoping so, anyway. Rika leaves to go to the bathroom. The lively room goes silent. Mayuri sits on the bed, gazing at the bookshelf, and I sit in a chair, gazing out the dark window. She heard me beg my stepmother for forgiveness. After staring at me for a moment, she'd wiped the sweat from my forehead with a handkerchief. Then, offering me her shoulder to lean on, she'd taken me to the nurse's office. On our way there, and while I was being treated by the nurse, she'd said nothing. She just looked at me with an expression that was a complicated mix of sadness and happiness. Having heard we were in the nurse's office, Rika had come dashing in worriedly, along with Yatsuhiro and Kumikado. It seems she's not feeling well. Mayuri had told them that they'd looked at me lying in the bed. She told them I'd gotten sick during the piano performance and rushed to the bathroom. It's not a total lie, but perhaps Mayuri had been trying to protect my secret when she told them this. The president and vice president of the Council of Nikaya had bowed their heads to me and apologized for forcing me to play on. And now? It's the first time we've been alone together since she witnessed my bout of nausea that accompanies memories of my stepmother. In the short time while Rika is in the bathroom, perhaps I should say something about the greenhouse incident. Or perhaps I should just stay quiet. I don't know. Should I worry her with the fact that every time I remember my stepmother, who's basically a stranger to me now, that I have a panic attack? If someone told me the same thing, I would have no idea what to do other than just listen. Well, I mean, Suoh, sometimes that's just all people need. People don't always tell people things because they need a response. Sometimes they just say shit because they need to have someone hear it. And that makes it feel better. I appreciate you telling me, but what can I do about it? That's not what you would ever say. I understand. You're a budding 14-year-old princess. But, God, I hope you know that that's not something you would ever say to somebody who would spill their guts to you like that. No, it would not. No, that's an optimistic expectation. Really, it could be far more horrible. Mayuri turns from the bookshelf towards me with her usual smile. I don't feel cold, but I wonder why I'm wearing a sleeved nightwear. I think she's just telling you, hey, door's open if you want to. I think that she kind of knows that this probably isn't something she should press you on, and she'd kind of like you to say it yourself, probably. But I think that this is just her leaving the door open in her own little way. Mayuri turns from the bookshelf towards me with her usual smile.
白羽さん、言いたくないのなら無理に話してくれなくてもいいのだけど。はい。温室でのこと、聞こえてしまったんだ。あれは。
Her smile fades, and with sincere eyes, she asks, "No, we tell the truth. Like, let's just do it. Get it out here. Let's go." You can absolutely tell Mayuri. I feel like you could tell either of these two, but I feel like you were having this situation with Mayuri, so there's absolutely no reason you shouldn't be having this conversation with her if you feel like you're ready to. Perhaps I can try being honest with her. After all, she already overheard my words to that woman. I try to talk about the nausea, but my mouth will not readily cooperate.
白羽さん、温室で。お待たせ。ごめんなさい、待たせて。そろそろ消灯だし、寝ましょうか。ああ、そうだね。
I mean, unless she had to have been taken, like, you know, the big 50-minute dump, I don't think that we were going to have that conversation anyway.
さあさあ、ベッドに行って、電気を消すから。スオーさん、夜中調子が悪くなったら、遠慮なく起こしてね。今度は私が付き合うからね。
She beams at me and puts a kind hand on my back. I answer, lowering my gaze slightly. As we bow to Sister Basquiat at the end of class, my eyes follow Mayuri. The moment break starts, she is immediately surrounded by chattering classmates like bees to a blossoming flower. She had tried to bring up the difficult subject with me, and with such sincerity. The moment our eyes meet, I avert my gaze. I should have said something yesterday when we were alone. If it's her... Hey, Apple Girl, how you doing? Good answer. Good conversation. At lunch break, too. Even at the tea party, I don't know how to bring it up. She smiles slightly as she thanks Rika for pouring her tea. She doesn't normally break into big smiles, but when she gives her faint smile, it could light up a room. No wonder everyone is drawn to her. Ceylon, yeah!
そうなのか。いつもより香り高い気がするね。本当に調子がいいんだから。ね、スオさん。
At this sudden question, I smile vaguely. My eyes naturally turn towards Mayuri. Her expression stiffens so slightly that only I would be aware of it, and she averts her gaze. And we'd just gotten close enough to talk with each other. I had wanted to be friends with Mayuri, but it seems as though I've gotten as far as I'll get. What did she say? I ask, wiping a tear that had begun forming in my eye and putting on a composed face.
それはこっちの話ということで、お茶会の途中なんだけど、これから部活に参加しなきゃなんだ。そうなの。だったら私からリカさんへことづけて。違う。スオちゃんはこれから
Oh damn! You're being kidnapped! You're being kidnapped by the fruit twins!
先輩がスオちゃんを気に入っちゃってさ、連れてこいってうるさいんだ。だから行こう、スオちゃん。
Oh damn! Oh damn! She's getting persistent.
失礼します。
I leave the class president blinking behind me as I am pulled along by the twins on either side of me. All right, let's go.
どうしてこうもうまくいかないんだ。
The president of the Council of Nikaya groans as she glares at her burned hamburger steak.
相性というやつかな。
Yeah, Yuzuriha.
僕とスオ君はこんなに仲良しだというのに。
Damn, she's making her case rather bluntly. Yatsuhiro says in a loud voice as she slings an arm around my shoulders. My cheeks turn red, and all I can do is return a vague smile. Through many twists and turns is how I could sum it up. I left in the middle of the tea party, sandwiched between the Sasaki twins, and marched to the cooking club. That in and of itself would have been all right, but on the way we had run into Sister Basquiat. It seemed the twins had some prior arrangement with Sister Basquiat, and she took them away. They had told me to go on ahead, and so I'd trudged over to the cooking club, and when I'd opened the door, there she be! Damn, just this... She has no filter. She has no filter whatsoever, and I love it. Surrounded by other students, Yatsushiro's sharp eyes had spotted me, and she'd quickly designated me as her cooking partner while saying all kinds of flowery words. I think as I'm cooking my own hamburger steak, all I can think about is how I can patch things up with my Yuri. Calm down, Yatsushiro. Oh, okay, all right. We'll just have that conversation while cooking. Red meat. All right. You're a woman of opportunity, I will give you that. With a red apron as well. Just the best conversation to be having. Yeah, they sound the same. They're basically the same thing, kind of. Not real. I mean, they are, but not. I mean, in terms of, like, preparation. She stabs the hamburg steak with a chopstick and gives me a mischievous wink. You don't stab things with chopsticks, Yatsushiro. That's very rude. I feel relieved that she is as weird as usual. Wow! Alright. Well, there you go. I don't know. Hard for me to tell which is the angel and which is the devil between her and Narine, but or Narue, but Charlie? It's from an American TV show. Charlie's Angels. Oh, you're making an effort to connect. I like that. Ringo spoke about me. Aww. Ain't that cute? My heavy heart lightens and I feel a little better. It warms my heart to know that there's someone looking out for me. Maybe she's a little more perceptive than we're giving her credit for. Ringo's face floats to mine and I smile slightly and nod in response to Yatsushiro's words. She puts down the chopsticks and smiles with satisfaction.
それでいい。それじゃチャーリー、もっと簡単でお手軽な料理法っていうのを聞きたいのだけどね。
I draw closer to Yatsushiro, who is kneading a new hamburg, so I can show her how to do it. How to form a hamburg steak from the minced meat. How to make demi-glaced sauce. I even show her how to cut the vegetables, although it's a process of trial and error.
見た目は美味しそうだわ。
She has at last made something that is presentable without breaking or burning it. Seeing that she has finally made something in the shape of a hamburg, Yatsushiro makes a dramatic gesture like a Hollywood starlet to show her pleasure.
さて、ここからが
Oh, it's showtime! She solemnly takes a fork in her hand and puts a piece of the hamburg steak with demi-glaced sauce to her mouth. She closes her eyes and chews.
ダメだ。
Too
やっぱり
salty.
塩辛い。
Dang. She makes a sour face and takes a drink of water. I also give it a try after her. It is a bit salty, I guess. The saltiness spreads throughout my mouth. Putting sauce on it only makes it worse, and I too make a sour face.
レシピ通りやっているのに、なんで塩辛くなるんだ？僕の手から岩塩でもこぼれ落ちているのか？
That would be a disaster. She rakes a hand roughly through her hair like a man would, and I put my head in my hands as well. Cooking is like a mathematical formula. No, it is not. I can cook. But don't you dare confront me with math or I will fucking cry. The amount of heat, the amount of water, the right amount of each ingredient is set, so if you follow it perfectly, you should get the right flavor. Not always! That is not true. While it is true most of the time. These things are set in stone for a reason. There's definitely points where, like, the quality of the ingredients could fuck up a dish or something like that, or... Hell, I think even elevation can mess with the taste of a dish. That's why... I don't know why it's turned out like this.
リベタとは聞いていたけど。
At first, she asked me not to be her cooking partner, but her coach. Yatsushiro says she wanted to learn from me because she has no cooking sense.
普段は器用で天才肌なのに。
Despite her somewhat strange behavior, she is the president of the Council of Nikaya. Nikaya? I'm going to pronounce that 700 different ways. Her grades are good, and she's a fast learner, so she quickly becomes a pro at anything she tries. I heard about this from Yatsushiro's faithful followers in the cooking club in the process of trying to reach her. They'd tried teaching her too. Yeah, trying to teach her. Yeah, there we go. Okay, got it. They'd tried teaching her too, but it was no good. They told me she was in my hands now. She's your problem! I thought I'd at least be able to master the basics while I was here at the school, even if I can't make fancy meals.
そんなに落ち込むことはないですよ。今までは焦げていたのに、今度は綺麗に焼けたじゃないですか。
Hey, getting temperature right? That's one of the harder things to do when you start cooking. Like, making sure you get the temperature right, knowing, like, exactly how hot to cook it, you know, on the stove, like what to turn the burner up to. Yeah, like, that's tricky at first. You know, you can cook things on the outside too fast, and then they never get cooked inside. Things of that nature. Hearing my words, Yatsushiro, who had been furrowing her silvery brows, blinks, then smiles and agrees with me.
とにかくもう一度作ってみるよ。
She shrugs her shoulders and flashes a smile as if to say, we've come this far, then takes the remaining hamburg meat in her hand. She kneads the meat over and over so it does not clump up when heated. She cooks it thoroughly until it's well brown. Then she places it on a plate where she has already arranged some vegetables. When the time comes for the final touch, the demi-glaced sauce, she looks at my face and with a great nod, pours it on. Looks fine to me. I'd eat that. She glances at me, then nervously cuts the hamburger in half with a fork and knife and dips it in the sauce. You can do it, girl. I believe in you. Full of determination, she takes a bite of the steaming meat. She closes her eyes and chews, well, then swallows. Not salty. All right, that's good. Great success! Hamburg steak defeated! You do it, Yuzuriha! Everyone in the cooking club cheers. I too feel a rush of joy and put my hands to my hot cheeks. You did it! We are so proud of you! Oh. She hugs me as a sign of gratitude, and I flails my arms! We're so close our lips nearly touch, and when she smiles at me, I can feel my whole body get hot. Her mannerisms may be manly, but when she holds me close, she smells like a woman, and I find myself lost in the contrast. My God! I am just loving how down bad Suoh is for everybody. It's great! Again, enjoy the ride. Her words are sweet in my ear as her chest pushes against me, and I feel that it's even bigger than I thought. Her chest pressed against mine is at least a full size larger and so soft I could sink in. She stares at me gravely, then closes her eyes and begins to lean in. Whoa! Whoa! Look at her go! Holy shit! Yuzuriha moves fast! Good God, we thought everybody else was moving fast. Nah, this girl's just, well, okay then. There you go. I think she's going to kiss me, but instead she sticks out her tongue and licks my cheek like a puppy while I just stand there blinking in shock. How did this girl not just immediately explode? How did she not just fucking tomato paste this whole kitchen? Like, I don't know how she's even standing at this point. If beautiful girls just saying hi to her is enough to fluster her, I cannot imagine. Like, I guess she has just literally shut down like an operating system. Like, she has just hard locked. Holy shit. That's a good excuse, Yuzuriha. Maybe, maybe not. I feel my entire face and neck start to sweat. She is gazing at me from so close that I can feel her breath, and I shrink back in embarrassment. Yeah, uh-oh. Yeah. Is there? Yatsushiro, who was about to lick me again, draws back and licks her own lips, smiling beguilingly. I wipe my feverish cheeks with my hands, and when I've finally calmed down, I notice all the other members of the club looking at me. Feeling all those eyes on me, I instinctively recoil. But I'm the victim here. Yeah, fruitful in more ways than one, I suppose. Nothing to see here, you looky-loos. Everyone does as she says and reluctantly returns to their own work. They'd been so busy watching us that they'd barely been paying attention to their own cooking. Oh, I think she was more than happy to, don't worry. she says as she looks down at her food and, despite her usually manic disposition, drops her voice. I cool my head, watching quietly as she cuts the hamburger with a knife.
これは一つ年上の老婆心から出るつまらない言葉だと思ってくれていいが。はい。僕は正直自分には料理の才能なんてないと思っていた。人間得て増えてがあるしね。どうしても苦手なものがある。
I have like 28,000 things that I'm absolutely awful at. In that moment, I think of Mayuri.
だけどね、苦手だからと諦めていいものとそうじゃないものがある。僕は亡くなった母の代わりに美味しい料理を食べさせたかった。だから苦手だ増えてだと分かっていても何度もチャレンジした。
Yuzuriha is a good girl. Hearing Yatsushiro's sensitive story, I look into her eyes, searching for the truth. She stabs at her burnt, broken failures with a fork as she speaks.
だからね、スオー君。君にも諦めさせたくないんだ。諦め？僕のこれと比較するのもおこがましいだろうが、君の抱える問題と一緒だ。
Oh, we do.
崩れ、しょっぱい思いを幾度もする。だけど最後はうまくいったじゃないか。
I feel like the best life lessons that anyone can learn could all be gleaned from Hamburger. Honestly, I think Yatsushiro Senpai is literally the best teacher we've had so far.
だから大丈夫。
She smiles amiably and then scratches her head awkwardly. I can feel my hardened heart softening under her words and gestures.
まあ、スオー君で言うところの卵を割らなければオムレツは
I
作れ
wonder
ない
how many eggs.
というやつだね。
Wonder how many eggs and that Yuzuriha has broken trying to make one omelet. She takes a line from an old movie, All the King's Men, and I too break into a smile. Good girl. Let's go. I make up my mind and accept the Hamburg steak Yatsushiro offers me. All right, now it's time. Get down to business. We're going to talk to Mayuri. Is that what we're going to do? I take her advice to heart. I'll have a proper talk with her. I am full of determination. All right, we've reached the Undertale save point. We're doing it. You are determined to talk to your maybe soon girlfriend. Oh. Gazing at the backs of Rika and Mayuri walking up ahead of me, I let out a deep sigh. A few days after receiving advice, the perfect chance has come in the form of Orienteering Day. No, not has come, but rather had come. Orienteering is our 3-person amitié groups. As Mayuri had said before, the Academy's Orienteering is a real thing. They gathered us in the auditorium, gave us maps, and then we were randomly assigned to 3 different locations. The first checkpoint was not very far. At the second checkpoint, which everyone must pass through, there were members from the Council of Nicaea. They gave us a simple quiz related to numbers, the answer to which was used to guide us for the final destination and then back to the academy. We couldn't dawdle since there was a time limit, but the beautiful scenery would have made for such a nice hike. I had thought of stepping out into the wilderness with my amitié partners would bring us together, making it easy to approach the topic, but Mayuri's attitude was the same as ever, and there was no way I could bring it up. I maintained a casual hands-off policy, trying not to be too unnatural so that Rika didn't notice. I tried to say something before we rushed rounding all the checkpoints. Dang. Well, sometimes it just be like that. I let out another deep sigh. I feel pathetic for being incapable of doing anything despite the upperclassmen's encouragement. I had this chance, but I made no progress.
スオさん、いいかしら。はい。今からクラスのみんなが戻ってきているか、点呼を取りに行かなくちゃいけないの。
Perhaps she's been asked to do it as the class president. I ask if I should go with her.
平気よ。そんなに手間じゃないもの。二人はどうする？給水所に行くなら寄宿舎の近くにあるそうだけど。そうだな。
She glances at me awkwardly and I feel a tightening in my chest.
スオさん？私は。
Oh, you did. I think she was maybe giving you a chance here.
そう。まゆりさんは？給水所に行ってくるよ。
Alright.
喉がカラカラなんだ。わかった。それじゃあ用が済んだらまたここで落ち合いましょう。
Riko waves her hand cheerfully and heads back to the auditorium. I watch her leave. I steal a glance at Mayuri, who, like me, seems to be somewhat relieved. After getting back from the bathroom, I gaze blankly outside with colorless eyes. The restroom had not been as crowded as I had thought it would be, and I was able to do my business without having to wait. I need to head to the meeting place, but Rika said the roll call wouldn't take long, but there's no way she would have finished faster than me or Mayuri, who went to the water station. If I went now, I'd have to wait alone with Mayuri until Rika returns. I don't want to run away again. Even though the upperclassmen had encouraged me, I can't bring it up. I'm a coward. I can't go on like this. I feel frustration building up, but I don't know what to say. A sense of unbelonging swirls in my chest, threatening to push its way up into my throat. I suddenly hear the sound of water and look up. Drops of water are splattering on the window pane. The raindrops patter against the glass. In no time at all, it's turned into a downpour, pounding against the window. It's a good excuse to be late. See, God really is on your side. This pessimistic thought enters my head, and I feel relief in my heart as I watch students running to escape the rain from the hall window. All right, God bailed you out. I wait for the rain to let up. Even when the downpour eases back to a sprinkle, I wait for the rain to completely stop. Then I take my time as I head back to the meeting spot. I'm relieved when I see Rika there. Taking my time meant I avoided having to be alone with Mayuri. However, Rika stands alone at the meeting spot, looking bored. No, is she furrowing her brow? No, she's furrowing her brow, looking somewhat worried. She looks relieved to see me and trots over. Her panicked attitude, as she lightly catches hold of my arms, gives me a bad feeling. Oh no, what's the problem? I wonder if I'm right about this bad feeling as I watch her face cloud over again.
実は行動へ転校を取りに行ったのだけど、そこで佐々木さんたちがまだ戻ってこないって聞かされたの。
Wait, did the Fruit Sisters get lost?
そう。でも遅れる人だっているだろうし。
It's the Sasakis. They were probably just playing around and ended up late.
でも大雨が降っていたでしょ。だから心配になって探しに行こうってことになったの。
This doesn't sound good.
それで行動に2階屋の会の役員の人がいたから佐々木さんたちの最後のチェックポイントの場所を聞いたの。クイズ形式になっているあれよ。その人はクイズの出題者じゃなかったけど、隣で聞いていて簡単なクイズだったから間違いようがないし、その番号を教えてもらって 向かおうとしたのだけど。
I take out the map that I had not given back yet.
チェックポイントは13番。ここね。地図で見ると、ほら、沢が近くて大雨だとなおさら危ないじゃない？だから向かおうとなって。もしかして高坂さんが？
Yeah, that would be my guess.
みんなで行くと時間がかかるから見客の自分がって。
She's a good walker. She's very
それで向かった
good.
のだけど。
She's a very good walker, very good at placing one foot in front of the other very effectively. She trails off again. I can tell what comes next. Dramas and novels usually go this way.
二重遭難になってしまった。いえ、違うわね。二重ではないわ。佐々木さんたちは雨が落ち着き出した頃戻ってきたの。
Oh no! Oh no!
私が現実逃避をしている。
While I was hiding from reality.
13番のチェックポイントはさほど遠くない場所だから。
Mayuri, you've such a good heart. And now you're paying for it.
見つからなくて。もしかして
I hope
沢に足
not.
を滑らして落ちたんじゃないかって。そんな、まゆりさん。
Well, I'm almost panicked enough to rush off right this instant. Seeing Rika nearly in tears makes me realize I need to keep my cool for her sake, and I force myself to remain calm.
大丈夫よ、リッカさん。先生たちが探してくれているのならすぐに見つかるわ。雨が降っていたから木陰で身を潜めていて見つからなかっただけかもしれない
I mean,
し。
that does make sense.
でも雨が上がってしばらく経つわ。戻ってきてもおかしくない時間だし。
It's true, I think. When I spread out the map and look at checkpoint number 13, it's not even a kilometer from campus. No matter how muddy it was, there's no reason Mayuri shouldn't have returned.
本当に沢にはまって。
Oh no. She is a responsible person. Perhaps in searching for the Sasakis, she'd gotten too close to the creek and lost her footing.
最悪の事態を考えても無駄だ。スオーさん、今できることを考えなければ。
I inadvertently think of that eccentric but reliable upperclassman. The one I had a chance encounter with after running away from the choir club. I recall how she'd said even the competent council of Nikaya members feel regret for their past failures and mistakes. Yes, everyone makes mistakes.
スオさん、私たちも探しに行こう。ここで待っているようにって言われたけど、私。そうだね、探しに行こう。でも一つだけ聞きたいことがあるの。何？ニカイアの会の役員がチェックポイントを教えてくれたって言っていたよね。でもその人は本当の出題者じゃないって。ええ、隣で聞いていて知ったって。それじゃあ出題していた当人は誰？
For a moment, serious Rika looks like she's about to snap at me for asking pointless questions.
もしかして出題者はコミカド先輩じゃない？
Okay, Kamikado. For a moment, serious Rika. Okay.
そうだけど、なんでわかったの？
I knew it. I'd guessed it from checkpoint number 13. Oh. The quiz was supposed to be very easy, and then there was the number 13. Oh, God. What dumb question am I gonna have to answer now? Where I need to know, like, the meaning of a flag, and the language of flowers for the number 13, and a bird that represents bacon. I don't know. Oh, God. Are we ready to fail again? Here we go. The quiz was supposed to be very easy, and then there was the number 13. The question was probably about taboo numbers. If Komikado was the one who made the question, if I'm on the right track, I first need to know something about Komikado. If I know where Komikado is from...
そうだわ。
I'd heard from Rika how Komikado had tried to have her guess where she was from in the form of a quiz. The question was, which country has the most Christians? That's Italy. It has to be. And the taboo number... What? The taboo number in Italy? I'm gonna need everybody to pretend that I'm playing the video game right now. You know, I'm thinking about the taboo number for Italy. Huh? I'm just thinking really hard about it. Thinking really hard. If I were Italy and I had a taboo number, what would I be? So if I would guess, I would say okay, while many countries avoid the number 13, I would guess that Italians are probably more fearful of the number 17. And that fear probably stems from the fact that the number 17's Roman numeral, which would be XVII, is an anagram of Vici, which means I have lived in Latin. And I think that some consider this a bad omen, as it implies that death is just around the corner. That's my reasoning. God damn, I got it right! Holy shit! Look at me go! Wait, god damn, Polly, way to just reason that out. I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I'm that smart that I reasoned that out all by myself. Rika is looking at me questioningly.
頼みがあるのだけど。
I whisper into her ear. Why would Komikado be being a shithead now? The humid air clings to my body, driving me crazy.
ぬかるみくらいどうってことはないけれど。
I take out the map and check if I'm getting near the checkpoint. I cross the stream and pass a large evergreen oak. I should be able to see it soon.
青臭い。嫌な匂いだわ。
I'm not a big fan of smelling grass either. I'm actually allergic to freshly cut grass, weirdly enough. The verdant trees glisten wetly from the rain, and their lushness seems garish to my eyes. Even the fresh scent of the forest smells too strong because of the rain, making me queasy. As I listen to the sticky sound of my footsteps, I wonder why I'm so agitated.
は分かっている。
The reason why I'm feeling this way?
この人のせい。
It's that woman! I head towards the amitié partner that I had the falling out with. I feel that I've turned the resentment I feel towards the woman that's the cause of all this onto the forest, and in towards myself. You wanted to know what makes us human? Well, you aren't going to find it here. A line from a movie I'd seen many times, Dark City. My stepmother had said something similar. Yes, she said the soul does not reside in the brain nor the heart, but in the fingers.
音楽家らしい言い様だわ。
Perhaps my gloomy thoughts have brought the rain back, I think, as I feel raindrops bounce off me and fall to the muddy ground. I walk fast to shake off those negative thoughts. I gloomily take out my map and check the compass. I am in the vicinity of the checkpoint. I wonder if there's a place nearby where she might be resting under a tree. I shake my head to dislodge the raindrops and the strong scent of the forest. Then... Oh, God! You having one? Are you having one out here, girl? What happened? Why are you just kind of chilling in the rain? 'Cause I can't stand the rain. I find her, wet from the rain and sitting on a fallen tree. What should I do when I find her? What should I say? As those thoughts fade into the distance. The murky feeling in my heart dissolves completely as I run toward her.
白羽さん、どうしてここに？
Looking for you, wondering why you're just kind of chilling in a forest.
よかった。本当に沢に落ちていたらどうしようかと。
ちょっと待って。白羽さんは私を探し
Heck
に来てくれ
yeah,
た
I
の？
did!
そうよ。
I reply as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. Mayuri seems like she's about to say something, but instead beams and thanks me.
助けに来てくれて助かったよ。佐々木さんたちを探しに来たのはいい
Oh,
け
did
ど。
you twist your ankle?
まゆりさん、足が。
木の根に足を取られて少しひねってしまってね。
Damn.
途中で雨には降られるし。
That's kind of a crummy day.
とりあえず雨宿りしようと足を止めたら途端に腫れてきてしまって往生していたんだ。
She tries to lift her outstretched leg and makes a pained frown. I rush to her side and examine her injury.
少し腫れているわね。でも折れてはいないみたい。
うん。2、3日すれば腫れは引くと思う。白羽さん、イチゴたちは？
そのことなら大丈夫。佐々木さんたちならもう戻ったわ。彼女たちは4番のチェックポイントに行っていたのよ。
Mayuri lets out a cry of surprise. I asked if she'd met Komikado on the way here.
そうだけど、なんで知っているの？
出題者のコミカド先輩から直接聞いたから、ここのチェックポイント
Yeah,
に
that
向かったの
makes
じゃない
sense.
かって思ったの。普通クイズで不吉な数はなんて問われたら13番だと思うわよね。先生たちも13番へ探しに向かった。
Well, they were just very silly. I mean, why didn't they just think about Italy and then Italy's unlucky number? I mean, gosh. And they called themselves. I mean, I feel like I'm the one that should be the teacher at this point since I thought of that all by myself. That's right. The quiz asked for an unlucky number. At this missionary school, most people would imagine the number 13.
コミカド先輩が出したクイズを聞いていたから隣にいた役員は13だと思った。
Yep.
だからそう言っていたのか。でも佐々木さんたちは
素直に日本人的思考で
It's an unlucky number in Japan because it represents.
正解じゃ
Yeah,
ないから
yeah.
探し回った人に雨に降られ雨宿りしてから戻ってきた。
そうだったのか。
Yeah. 4 represents death, so. Mayuri snorts, her hair wet from the rain and sticking to her face. I wipe her forehead and cheeks with the handkerchief I
あ
have.
りがとう白羽さん。でも一つだけ質問があるんだ。
Because I love you! What? I mean, I don't know. What's the question?
出題が不吉な数なら13番と4番を間違えることもあるかもしれない。あと例えば
Yeah, 9 is also a bad number in Japan. Usually represents like sickness.
どうして白羽さんは17番のここが分かったんだ？
Well, I mean, it just turns out that my Italian lore is just off the damn charts. She gazes at me seriously and almost a little apprehensively. That's right. I had used the compass and map to find checkpoint number 17.
そうか。白羽さんもコミカド先輩に会ったんだね。それで17番だと聞いて。
No, I'm just stupid fucking smart and figured it out all my own and didn't guess or Google it or anything. When I answer earnestly, her cheery voice fades as she looks at me with suspicion in her eyes.
もしかして私がストーカーだと思われているのかしら。
Oh no, situation just keeps getting worse for you and how you are viewing this dynamic that you have with Mayuri. In the deep of the forest with the sun starting to set, a warped misery hovers above me like a shadow.
ね、勘違
違いしないでほしいの。なんで分かったのかな。
It's just simple deductive reasoning. I mean, come on.
推理？
She frowns, drawing back slightly.
これじゃあ映画の筋通りだわ。
The famed writer Paul Sheldon confirmed the middle-aged Annie Wilkes' injured legs, unable to move. That's the same too.
あちらは骨折だったけど。
Yeah, she broke her leg. She broke his legs.
白羽さん？あ、推理ね。理由は単純なのよ。まずクイズの出題、不吉な数というキーワードと。
I act as cheery as possible so as to not frighten her.
私が以前聞き逃していたコミカド先輩の謎解き。キリスト教徒が一番多い国はどこでしょうかという問題。
以前合唱部で言われた問題ね。
そう。私はあの時ぼんやりしていて聞き逃していたのだけど、あの後リッカさんから知っているって尋ねられたの。なんでって聞いたら、コミカド先輩の故郷がわかるからって。
それで？
答えはイタリアよ。ローマは最もカトリックが多い都市。つまりコミカド先輩のルーツはイタリアだということになるわ。
I'm giving her all the right answers, but she's still frowning at me suspiciously. It's a look that says, what on earth? Why would you be freaked out about somebody who just kind of figured out a very weird, like such a weird riddle? Why would you be freaked out about that? It's totally normal, happens all the time. Have you met my friend Erica? Let me tell you how we met.
あのね、カトリックが多いイタリアではおかしなことに意味数が13ではないの。17なのよ。ローマ数字で書くと普通に17となり、これを並び替えるとこうなるの。
I write the Roman numerals XVII and VIXI in the mud with a fallen
ラ
branch.
テン語でそのローマ数字を表す意味は、私は生きているの直接交換量になって、私は生きることを終えたという意味になるの。だからイタリア人は17を嫌う。
そうか。コミカド先輩のルーツはイタリアにある。だからクイズの出題で不吉な数の答えを17とした。
I think with this one, I don't want to say that it makes more, like it does make more sense than the Erica riddle. It makes a hell of a lot more sense than me having to know 4 different books and flowers. It makes a hell of a lot more sense. I feel like this was a little more reasonable. I feel like the fact that the number 17 is unlucky in Italy, I feel is knowledge that you could probably stumble across, like in just general trivia. Like I feel that that's something that you may not be able to reason it out, but you will. There is a chance that at some point in your life you may have like read it somewhere as like a piece of trivia on a website, or like, oh hey, trivia of the day or some shit. You know, you may have figured out 17 is Italy's unlucky number for that reason.
つい生まれた国でのことが口についたのよ。たまたま私は意味数のことを知っていたから、17番のチェックポイントを探しに来た。
Is that right? Says Mayuri, heaving a long, deep sigh.
少し神経質になっていたようだ。すまないね、白羽さん。
いいの。逆の立場ならおかしいって思うもの。
よかった。口を塞がれるのじゃないかと思ったよ。
Good Lord! I come to she comes to help you, and she just kind of like reasoned it out like this very smart thing, and you're like, oh my god, I'm literally about to die. This girl has a knife. My throat is ripe. Let's go. She smiles as she says it, but I freeze. I know she's joking, but it's dug up the incident from that day. Seeing me go silent, Mayuri also holds her tongue. But even though she remains silent, her expression doesn't change as she regards me like a mother watching over a small child. Right now, in this intimate setting, I will tell her everything, and maybe she'll accept me.
あの
Are we gonna get interrupted again?
ことなのだけれど
白羽さん、
She runs her hands through her wet hair and shakes her head.
その話はやめない？
She asks.
あ、違う。興味がないとか聞きたくないとかじゃなくて。
Maybe now's not the right time. You know, we're sitting here drenched in rain. Maybe we want to try to get out of here first. With her hand still in her hair, she scratches her head.
私は全部晒す必要はないっていうか、いや、知りたくないってこ
Oh,
とは
we're
ないん
doing
だ。
the Yuri thing. Oh, we're Yuriing now. We're Yuriing. We both were in this mode where we thought, okay, she doesn't want to talk to me. Okay, she doesn't want to listen to me. Oh, God. Yeah, all right. This is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. We're just doing the Yuri thing now. We are having the misunderstanding that's going to bridge us closer and closer to maybe just a little more than friends.
そんなに辛い顔してまで話す必要はないと思うんだよ。人間一つくらい秘密にしたいことはある。私だって知られたら死んでしまいたいような秘密はあ
Oh,
るの。
you do. We gonna be finding that out, aren't we?
たまたま白羽さんの秘密に触れるような機会があったけれど、話してくれなくていいんだ。すべてを明かすことが正しいとは思えない。私はね、白羽さん。
She looks straight at me as though trying to convey her hidden
過去
determination.
の白羽さんより今の白羽さんとの今を大切にしたい。何を抱えていようが、私のために知恵を絞って助けに来てくれる。そんなアミティエとの今を大切にしたいんだ。
あゆりさん
For some reason, my whisper makes her giggle. She then lifts herself off the tree stump and puts weight on her leg.
危ないわ
そろそろ戻ろう。体が冷えてきたよ。肩を貸してくれるかい？
Hell yeah, I will! At her request, I rush to take her
あり
arm.
がとう、スオさん。
She squeezes my hand like a handshake. Hey, you did it! You said her name.
お返しだよ、スオさん。
Aww. Being called by my given name for the first time, I feel my heart, which had been shrouded in mist, fill with gold. And in the same way, the rain starts to let up too. I nod and say my amitié partner's name. Another chapter break. Between the devil and the deep blue sea, they say.
意欲がある後がない
An idiom used to express being caught between two undesirable situations.
青い海に飛び込み
A woman dove into the ocean.
後ろには悪魔
Behind her, a devil. Before her, a deep blue sea.
という状況であれば悪魔に食べられたくない状況
Not wanting to be eaten by the devil, the woman finds the deep blue sea to be the better choice, if only for a moment.
どちらを選んでも
But either way,
救いはない
she cannot be saved.
これから始まるのは
What has started now
優しい悪魔のささや
is the choice between the kind whispers of the devil and the hopelessness of the sea.
救いのない二つの
This is the beginning of my story, stuck between two impossible choices, neither of which will lead to salvation. That's ominous. Oof. A beautiful dance with her. Well, that sounds pleasant. Whoa! Hey now, what? Okay.
いい気持ちいい
Well, that's a way to start a chapter, isn't it? And that'll be the note that we start on when next we are together. All right. So, we'll go ahead. We'll hop right on back to the title menu. All right. That was nice. I feel like we had to do something finally to get Suoh and Mayuri together, to get their relationship to start to blossom a bit, because I feel like we've definitely kind of we've crossed some barriers with Rika at this point, but we hadn't quite gotten there yet with Mayuri, and there's still this distance that I feel that she's putting between them. And I don't know whether it's like, you know, she's afraid of something, or she's trying to like keep, like deprive herself of having those, like I feel like there are two sides of the same coin, Suoh and Suoh and Mayuri. I feel like they're two sides of the same coin or something, and like their experience, they have similar life experiences maybe, but like they've gone different ways in dealing with it, or something like that. That's sort of where I feel they're going. I'm not quite sure like what the deeper issue with Rika is going to be, and now we also have, you know, Yatsushiro to the mix, and like there's a lot of threads here. There's a lot of threads, and I think that this is still staying pretty interesting. I didn't mind the quiz in this one so much. Like, again, I think that was one that you probably could have guessed at if you'd heard some trivia at all in your lifetime, maybe. But other than that, yeah, like that wasn't a terrible way for that to end, and it was a nice way to kind of pull, obviously to pull Mayuri and Suoh together a little more. So I think that's like it sounds like from this chapter introduction that this is maybe where like the choices are really going to start to matter, like and where you go, because again I'm feeling like, I don't know, now I'm wondering if like Yatsushiro is going to be a route now, if Yuzuriha is going to be a route, like I don't know, like it's I don't know what we're doing yet. I don't know, but I'm still interested. Still very interested. I think that this is very fluffy and light and very pleasant, and I'm enjoying myself, and I hope you are too. So thank you so much for coming out and spending some more of your time with me, and we will be back again next time. So you have a nice rest of your whatever, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye. Bye.